everyone. I'm Lauren Meister, the mayor of the city of West Hollywood. I want to welcome you to today's event, International Women's Day. It's a day that we celebrate women and their accomplishments, women from all over the world. I want to thank the Russian Advisory Board for bringing this very important programming forward. Thank you for being here and enjoy the program.
I'm Mayor Pro Tem Seppi Shine, and I want to thank the Russian Advisory Board as well as staff for putting together this year's International Women's Day celebration. Have a wonderful time.
Hello everyone, it's Councilmember John Erickson, and I just wanted to wish you all a happy International Women's Day event. I want to thank all of the amazing people who brought this event forward, from our Russian Advisory Board to our Women's Advisory Board. I know how special this event and honoring grandmothers is something that I find so heartwarming, and I'm so thankful that you're submitting these stories to come up and see what type of testimonials we can get. Grandmothers played such an important role in my life and my development. I've spoken often about my grandmother Gladys Ritzko to my grandmother Elaine Erickson, but specifically when I think about the role our grandmothers and all of the women play in our lives in shaping who we are and what we do, we owe them a debt of gratitude, a debt of service, and ultimately the role that we play now is honoring their memories, uplifting their stories, and ensuring that what they taught us continues to live on. I want to thank each and every one of you for all the work you do for our community. I want to thank you for this amazing event, and I look forward to seeing all of you soon out there at one of our in-person events. So please stay safe, please stay healthy, and again, thanks for all that you do for our community.
Hi everyone, just wanted to wish you a wonderful Women's History Month, a wonderful International Women's Day, and thank you for the leadership of our Russian Advisory Board, our Women's Advisory Board, and everyone who helps to make this celebration such a wonderful, special event. I know today we're sharing personal stories, and my grandmother is very close with me as we think about those who are part of our family who help to shape who we are and all that we've become. And I just want to celebrate all of the women in our community who work hard each and every day to make West Hollywood such a wonderful, special place. Thank you for the gifts that you are in our community, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you in person as soon as we can. Take good care.
Hi, I'm Councilmember D'Amico, and March 8th is International Women's Day. And this year, the city of West Hollywood is celebrating International Women's Day by celebrating our grandmothers, by asking residents and others to submit stories of celebration, of remembering their strength and the power of love their grandmothers brought to their families. My own grandmother, born in 1900, was one of 11 children. Stanislav Zielowski was the daughter of immigrants. She lost 3 of her siblings in the pandemic of 1918, and 2 others died of early 20th century, now curable diseases. My grandmother was always curious and always interested in what was next, and I too share that spirit that she gave me. I'm wishing you all a very happy International Women's Day, and hope that your grandmothers live as strongly in you as mine lives in me. All the best. Take care.
Happy International Women's Day, or as I would tell my grandma, с наступающим праздником 8 марта. On this day, I celebrate the women in my life, including, of course, my babushka Vera. My babushka is one of the strongest and kindest people I know. She has overcome many obstacles over the course of her life, including surviving the Holocaust, and still tackles each day with enthusiasm and gratitude for all the blessings in her life. I spent many summers and after school in her home, where like any classic Yiddish grandma, she would stuff me like a turkey, sing Yiddish songs together, practice my Russian with her, and play card games together. To this day, I can always talk to her, no matter what kind of news it may be, happy or sad, she always has some wisdom to share. She always encourages the people in her life to better themselves and to take care of themselves because she cares about them so deeply. In many ways, I aspire to be like her, kind, optimistic, and caring. She's loyal and devoted to her friends and family, offering to help in whatever way she can. To this day, she still demands that I tell her what food she should make for me when I come to visit. Even for people she hasn't met yet or known for long, she still extends the same courtesy and warmth. Not a single visit or call goes by without her thanking the heavens for being alive and for having such a wonderful family. If given the opportunity, she could rave about how lucky and grateful she is for all the people in her life for hours on end. She positively impacts every person that crosses her path. I appreciate and admire my babushka and wish her and all women a very happy International Women's Day.
Hello, my name is Carolina. I'm studying in the school, West Hollywood College Prep School. Today I'm here because I want to tell you about my grandma. She's very kind. We cook together. She reads me books so I don't forget Russian. We play together. We walk together outside. If I see a toy and I want it, she will always get it to me, even 1,000. Even if my mom will say, no, you cannot, but my grandma will still buy me some. She always tells me to eat a lot because she thought I'm always hungry, but I always wasn't. I love her so much. She is my only one, so I love her. I love her like my whole family.
My name is Eric Soltanovich and I go to West Hollywood College Prep School in West Hollywood. And here's some nice things about my grandma. So I live with my grandma and grandpa in West Hollywood here, and my grandma helps me set up all my stuff when I come here at the week. You know, she helps me make my bed and she cooks food for me. She takes care of me just like my mom would, and it's a very appreciated thing to have almost a second mother when I'm in a place where I don't know where I am. You know, it's a different environment, it's a different place of living. And it's a really nice thing that my grandma does. And another thing that my grandma does, she's always texting me, making sure I'm okay. You know, that's not something you see very often in 2022, but my grandma always makes sure that I'm fine, that I have money for food if I need, if anything's okay, she'll text me, she can pick me up if something's wrong, and it's just a very caring environment, you know, with my grandma, because I don't have to worry about anything. She's always gonna be there if something's wrong or not. Another thing, my grandma cooks very good soup. I love soup. She cooks good soup a lot. You know, she always asks, do you want some soup? Do you want this or that? I almost get spoiled here. It's a very good experience for me, you know. I get away from my parents and then my grandma takes care of me. It's a very nice welcome to the area of West Hollywood.
Hello, my name is Sasha and my grandma's name is Valentina. She is currently 72 years old and was born in Donetsk, Ukraine. She lives right now in Kyiv, Ukraine with my grandpa. I'm very happy when she comes to visit us. Her personality is kind, caring, and she's a very good person. She has 5 grandchildren, 4 girls and 1 boy. I visited her once in Ukraine and it was a great experience for me. And I really loved it in Kyiv. My grandma is the best cook ever and she makes the best crepes ever. They have a country house where they have a very beautiful garden and she loves to spend time there. I love my grandma very much and I wish I can get to see her right now. I'm very scared on what's going on in Ukraine right now and I hope everything's gonna be okay, and I really want to hug my grandma right now. And I want, and all she cares about is family right now. I really love my grandma and I want to see her right now.
I'd like to take this opportunity and talk about my grandmother, Esther Topatskaya. She was born in 1917 in the city of Odessa. in the family of 5 children, actually 8. 3 died when they were really small as infants, and she was raised by my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather. She worked on different factories. She worked with the machinery. Before the war, she became a barber. And during the evacuation, my grandmother worked in the hospital. She worked as a barber. She actually saved men from lice. She saved the whole family by surviving the cold, by being able to plant the potatoes in the frozen ground, and was delighted when in 1944 on April 10th Odessa was liberated. She was very excited to come back home and be reunited with the family that has survived during the war. And then a few years later, when the war ended, she married my grandfather, and then my mom was born, and the story goes on. My grandmother worked as a barber and then as a hairdresser for 45 years in all entirety in her life. And then she immigrated to the United States at the age of 72. She embraced this new country, tried to learn the language, became a US citizen. And I just want to take the opportunity and commemorate her memory, commemorate this super strong spirit that she has had over the years, and hope her soul rests in peace, and I'm very proud to be her granddaughter.
Hi, my name is Eva Dolinsky, and I study at West Hollywood College Prep School. And I'm here to tell about my grandma. Her name is Vika. She is the best, and I love her. She always there for me, and she cooks something for me that is very good. We always go at vacations with her. We always go out with her. We always do some things with her. She always buys for me something. She always searches something for good for me, like dance classes or gymnastics. Maybe we don't live in the same place, but still I see her every day because she works in my school. She always there for me, and something bad happens, she's always there and making things good. What I want to say, she's the best, and I love her very, very much. She always invites me to her house, and she's always in my house so that I never miss her. We are like BFFs, and I think I love her as much as I love my family.
История бабушки Марии начинается с Польши, где родилась ее мама, Ханна Вайсман. Она потомственная еврейка, вышла замуж за простого парня-украинца, за что была отвергнута семьей. Больше она домой не ездила, но прожила счастливую долгую жизнь и вырастила 6 детей. Ее дочь Мария, моя бабушка, по иронии судьбы, также выходит замуж за иностранца, язык которого она не знает. Молдавская семья с любовью принимает ее, что становится для нее мотивацией, и всего за несколько месяцев она уже говорит на новом языке. Супружеское счастье, однако, длилось недолго. Всего 1,5 года. Начинается война, и бабушка Мария прощается с мужем Николаем, будучи на 5-м месяце беременности. Как оказалось, навсегда. Спустя 4 года она получает похоронку на имя мужа, но не верит ей. Она думает, что похоронка адресована семье однофамильца-односельчанина, а адрес перепутали. Да, Надежда умирает последней. У погибшего Николая есть брат Степан. Он уже несколько лет помогает бабушке по хозяйству и с маленьким сыном. Степан мечтает законно взять под опеку бабушку с ребенком, но не решается попросить руки у скорбящей вдовы. В день, когда маленький Сережа впервые зовет его папой, он таки решается. И спустя 2 года после окончания войны они женятся. Позже у них рождается еще 3 детей, младший из которых моя мама, Юлия. Бабушка и дедушка своими руками поднимают дом, в прямом смысле этого слова. Дедушка кладет каждый кирпич, а бабушка делает все работы глиной и белит весь дом. Она покупает ткацкую швейную машины и самостоятельно облагораживает его. Ковры, шторы, постельное белье – все своими руками. После тяжелого дня колхозных работ бабушка берет за руку маленькую маму, и они идут пешком по 5 километров в одну сторону, чтобы помочь бабушкиным родителям, особенно в годы, когда мама бабушки была прикована к кровати, а это последние 7 лет ее жизни. Бабушка ушла из жизни в 85 лет. За 5 дней до этого она варит безупречный борщ и встречает дочь, которую не видела несколько месяцев. А дедушка постепенно угасает, не в силах пережить потерю супруги, любви всей его жизни. Бабушка Мария – это точный прототип бабушки из сказки. Веселая косынка, скромная улыбка, вкуснющие пирожки, молдавские плацинты из горячей печи. Дети и внуки были частыми и любимыми гостями в ее доме, построенным именно с этими намерениями.
My name is Milana Kesler, and I am studying at West Hollywood College Prep School. And I will tell you some things about my grandma. I have 2 grandmas. I love them both. We go to many interesting places together. She always buys me toys, makes me happy. And when I was little, we spent a lot of time together. And she made my favorite food, chicken soup. And I love that. She told me how to bake pancakes, and now I help my mom to bake them. And I will tell you some things about my second grandma. She had a bicycle, and when I was little, we went to many parks. She just put me on the bicycle, and she just drive me to the park. And we were so happy because we got there. The roads were so bumpy, and we didn't fall. Yay! We had a garden, and I was robbing the garden from cherries. I was trying to be a good kid, but my grandmas always loved me as well. They always got me gifts, made me happy, but I can't visit them. And on any day I can, I will make them a little present and send it to them so they can look how much I love them.
Hi, my name is Milana Prokopenko. I study in West Hollywood College Prep School. I want to tell a little bit about my grandma. She is very kind, and sometimes we play together, but she doesn't see anything, but we still play, and she cooks very good, and sometimes I cook with her. Sometimes I just go to bed with my grandma, and I was just playing with my grandma with toys. I love my grandma. She's very kind. She always helps me. We are playing together, and we are like best friends.
When my grandmother was 16 years old, living in Italy in this little Italian village, this man from the U.S., an Italian, had sent for a mail-order bride. And my grandmother wanted to come to the U.S., so she decided to come and marry him. On the morning she was to leave, her mother takes out a picture from her apron, and she says to her, you know, this is a picture of him, but it's a picture of him when he was much younger. He's an older man. Well, she had to come. She had already said she would. If she didn't marry him, no one else would marry her, and they would think something was wrong with her. So she comes to the U.S., she meets him on the dock for the first time, and they get married, right on the dock. She has 3 children with him, and then he dies. She meets this other man. His wife had just died. He had 1 daughter, so they got married. Another marriage of convenience. And they had children together. Right. Well, it was years later. She sat at the kitchen table with me, and she said to me, you know, Phyllis, she said, I've had 2 husbands. She said, but I've never been loved. I've never been loved by a man. She said, you know, when you get married, make sure that you get married for love. Love is the most important thing.
Hello, my name is Divya, and I have 2 grandmas that I love so much. Their name is Sveta and Vaля. I like to call them Sveta Babushka and Vaля Babushka. Sveta Babushka and I like to go on walks at the beach and the park. Valia Babushka and I like to draw, paint on things, and make slime. And we like to draw on pottery. I love them so much. I want to say Happy Women's International Day.